नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. Today we'll be discussing Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 2, text 69. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti samyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pasyato mune. So Krishna here, he mentions how for a spiritualist, what is night or what is day for a materialist is considered night for a spiritualist, and the opposite. And what is night for a materialist is a day, vice versa, like that. Sarvat Bhutanam, for all living entities, Nisha means night. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam, what is night for all living entities in general? That Tasyam Jagarti Samyami, it is a time of awakening for a Samyami, for a self-controlled person, for a spiritualist. And what is time of awakening? Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani, what is day for living entities? Sa Nisha Munehe, Pashyato Munehe. That is night for an introspective sage. So Prabhupada further explains what it means. What is day for an introspective sage is night for a materialistic man. So Prabhupada explains, activities of the introspective sage or thoughtful man are night for persons materially absorbed. What does it mean? Materialistic persons remain asleep in such a night due to their ignorance of self-realization. The introspective sage remains alert in the night of the materialistic men. The sage feels transcendental pleasure in the gradual advancement of spiritual culture, whereas the man in materialistic activities, being asleep to self-realization, dreams of varieties of sense pleasure, feeling sometimes happy and sometimes distressed in his sleeping condition. So what this means is, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam, what this means is, the night of the materialistic man is nothing but his being asleep to self-realization, being ignorant to self-realization, being ignorant to Krishna consciousness. So, and their so-called living is nothing but dreaming of varieties of sense pleasures, feeling sometimes happy and sometimes distressed in his sleeping condition. Why sleeping? Because the spirit soul is sleeping. Their body is active, but the soul is not getting enlightened, is not getting any pleasure. Just like the parrot, the famous example Prabhupada gives. So you place the parrot in a cage and you are taking care of the cage, dusting it, painting it, shining it. But the parrot is suffering for lack of food. Yeah, the cage looks great, it's shiny, but the parrot is morose. So from a parrot's perspective, it is ignorant, it is suffering. So from a soul's perspective, it is considered night. So that's what Prabhupada says. They live in this ignorance. They live in this ignorance of materialistic pleasure, which is sometimes happy, sometimes distress. Just like in dream, sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you feel distress. And similarly, the opposite. what is day for a materialistic man is night for introspective sage. So what Prabhupada says is, the introspective man is always indifferent to materialistic happiness and distress. He goes on with his self-realization activities undisturbed by material reaction. So an ordinary person may be very active in his business, in his work, in his various activities, endeavors. But a spiritualistic man is always indifferent because sometimes it is happy, sometimes distress. So his being indifferent to that is considered night. So the materialistic man's day, where he is very active and ambitious, for a spiritualist, he is indifferent to such activities. Therefore, what is day for a materialistic man is night for a spiritual person. And what is night for a materialistic man is the day for a spiritualist. Even literally speaking, a spiritualist wakes up quite early in the day, like 1.5 hours before sunrise, where most of the materialistic men are so-called happily sleeping. Sometimes they don't get sleep. It's a big problem nowadays. Even to get sleep is a great boon. That's how we have become. But a spiritualist wakes up quite early. It seems still night. So that is day, because that is a time of awakening, even though it is night for a materialist. Sometimes we call this as a rat race. The people, how they are working in this world for just livelihood, to maintain family, social status, working so hard to, it's a race, it's a rat race. What it means is it's an endless, self-defeating and pointless pursuit. Like a rat, it basically equates humans to rats attempting to earn a reward like cheese. Rats are going after cheese. They try to bait the rats with cheese, and the rats are all struggling to get that cheese. So similarly, the humans are also struggling competitively to get ahead financially or whatever. It's an exhausting, repetitive lifestyle that leaves no time for enjoyment, relaxation, health, peace, and so on and so forth, or self-reflection. So sometimes when, in the office, you have discussions, right? So in the discussions, they talk about some TV program or series or web series or whatever. And they are surprised when they ask me, I don't even have a cable connection at home. And they say, oh, you don't watch TV? No, I don't watch TV. Oh, then what do you do? Because we are full of spiritual activities of reading, hearing, chanting, serving the Lord in various capacities, doing wonderful kirtans and enjoying festivals, having wonderful prasadam. These are all our activities. But in general, people are busy in all these activities. How they can have a lot of enjoyment, how they can build a home with all kinds of amenities, and for that they have to work so hard. How they can enjoy the weekend. On weekends, people go to bed at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and a devotee is waking up for Mangalarti on a Saturday morning trying to go to temple. And people are just sleeping after spending horrible time on a Friday night. So I was talking to some devotees recently to conduct some program, and they were mentioning how in one particular area in our vicinity, so they started to conduct this exclusive ladies program, and only ladies are invited, and the tickets are very pricey, and people struggle to get the tickets. and they get together and they have some exclusive parties in fashion shows and chit chats, and they start to even drink wine, and they go home late. So this is darkness. Whereas a spiritualist is alert, takes rest quite early, gets up when people go to sleep. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti samyami. So everybody in this world is in this night of bodily consciousness. Dehapatya kalatradishu atma sainyeshva tesham pramatto nidhanam pasyannapi na pasyati. So Bhagavatam says that this people are after taking care of their body, enjoying their body, deha, taking care of their children, apatya, kalatra, wives or spouses, adishu. In this way, they are expanding their bodily consciousness, living only for the body. They think they are all Atma Sainya. I maintain good connections. They will protect me. They will give me good business. They'll take care of me when I'm not well. I take care of my body so I can live a happy life, healthy life. I take care of my children so they can take care of me. Of course, that thought is now gone for most of the current generation. But still, people want to accumulate lots so they can give to their future generations, even though they may suffer. This is all called asat. Bhagavatam is saying, Atma Sainyeshu asatsu tesham pramatto nidhanam. And every moment we see people are dying, nidhanam, nobody can help. This so-called Sainya cannot help. Atma Sainya. And every moment we are seeing, this is all happening around us, but we cannot realize it. Pashyannapi na pasyati. So, one time, Prabhupada, he went to Japan. So, to discuss about printing Bhagavad Gita. Dai Nippon was the company, the publisher, who was planning to print Bhagavad Gita. And so Prabhupada had meeting, Prabhupada and one or two of his disciples, they were meeting these officials. And so they had a meeting in a big room. So several officials were there. And so they were talking about the logistics and the price and all that. So in between they had a break and these top officials had to leave to discuss something, or they went for a break. So in the room there was Prabhupada and his disciples, one or two disciples. And then there was only one man left who was in the position of a admin or that kind of a clerk kind of, in the lower category. So Prabhupada was trying to preach to him. He asked him a question, Mr. Such and Such. So what is the goal in your life? And so what he said was very interesting. So he had in front of Prabhupada, he had all these, the business cards, the CEO's business card, and then there is the vice president's business card, and then there is a director's business card. Like that, when Prabhupada was there, they gave their business cards. So all these cards were lying in front of him. So this person also had his business card. So in the hierarchy, he was placing, okay, here is the CEO, he's the president, vice president, whatever, right? He was seventh in the hierarchy. So when Prabhupada asked him, what is the goal in your life? He took that bottom card, his card, and placed it on top, top of the CEO. And this is my goal in life. That means he wants to become the CEO of that company, and that is the goal in his life. And Prabhupada, he started to preach to him how, of course, we may have material goals, but it's only meaningful if we have a proper spiritual goal. Our actual goal should be how I should become Krishna conscious before I die. How I make my human body meaningful, human life meaningful. Like I said, the example of one and zeros. All these material things are like zeros. They are of no value unless you have one in front. Everybody you go and ask, they have some or the other goal, or some or the other strong desire. So one person I was talking to some time ago, I was asking, what is your, you know, strong desire in life? So he was saying, I have a bucket list. I want to visit these places before I die. So he had a list of like 10, 15 places. Oh, these are the places must go. I've been yearning to go. So I was wondering. So, I mean, everywhere you go, of course, people are excited by different things. They find some rasa in going to places, seeing the places. But everywhere is the same thing, isn't it? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. What else a jiva does in this material world? And for that, they have to work so hard to earn that much, to fly and spend, to waste so much of valuable human energy to achieve, just achieve that particular material goal, that particular sense gratification. And the funny thing is that the happiness that people enjoy is anyway destined. It may come either through visiting some places or it may come through some other mechanism. That's why Bhagavatam says, Tasyaiva heto prayateta kovido na labhyate yad bhramatamupariyadah tallabhyate dukkavad anyatah sukham kalena sarvatra gabhira ramhasa. So it says, your happiness and distress are destined in your life. And it may come in different ways. So you don't have to worry, oh, somebody is enjoying. I'm not enjoying like that. No, your enjoyment also will come. It may not come in the same way as the person is enjoying. It will come in a different way. But your quota of enjoyment will come. Similarly, your quota of distress also will come, how much ever you want to avoid. Not a farthing more or less. Whatever you do, how much ever hard work you do, according to your previous destiny, the amount of happiness and distress are destined. It may come in different shapes or forms. It's a different story. Sometimes people aspire to go to America to have a better life of sense gratification, luxurious life. But yes, they may have good bodily position, bodily enjoyment, but they may have mental distress. So the happiness and distress are destined to your body. It will come some form or shape. Adhyatmik, Adibhautik, Adidaivik kleshas. That is for sure. So why you have to work so hard, wasting your human energy just to attain something that which you is already given in destiny? That is why it is said, Bhagavatam says, they work hard, the Kovida, the learned person, the intelligent person, they work hard for that which is not destined, that Krishna consciousness. That is not destined. That is as per your effort. You have to work hard for that. So sometimes people accuse us, oh, you are spreading laziness. You say everything is destined. Why people don't work? No. The point is, you work hard on the spiritual platform. Don't work hard on the material platform. Yes, you have to work. You have to keep your body fit. You have to have livelihood maintenance. Shastra is advising you work, but don't overwork. Don't do prayasa, tat prayaso na kartavyam. Whatever is minimal effort it is needed, it's already there in destiny. You have to just like you have a bank account, it's already there. Your father has given some money, it's your in your destiny. But you just have to go to the bank and write a check and withdraw it. That much effort you have to do. So you have to work on the material platform, but don't do hard work. You'll get the same money whether you work hard or not, or same amount of happiness and distress. It may come in the form of a money or something else, but the amount of happiness and distress will be the same. So you work hard on the spiritual platform. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote this beautiful song, which is very similar to what Krishna is saying, how this materialistic person lives in the night of ignorance. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Jeev jago, jeev jago. Jeev jago, jeev jago. Gora chand bole. Kota nidra jao maya. Pisha chira kole. Means it's jeev jago. You are, oh Jiva, please get up. Oh, I'm already up. I'm working, I'm running, I'm enjoying. No, 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 you are still sleeping in the ignorance of Maya. Maya Pishachira Kole. You are sleeping on the lap of the witch Maya. Maya is happily putting you in illusion. And you are thinking you are enjoying, but you are completely in illusion. And then he says, Bhajibo boliya eshe samsara bhitore bhuliya rohile tumi avidyara bhore. So he says, O Jiva, you said before you became a human being, you were born, you said, I will certainly worship the Lord. Boliya eshe bolke, or having told like that, samsara bhitore, you came to this world, but bhuliya rohile tumi, you completely forgot. Actually, in the womb, the baby prays to the Lord, if he is fortunate. I'm undergoing so much suffering because of my past sinful activities. My Lord, I'll worship you. I promise I worship you when I come out. But when the baby comes out, he is surrounded by Maya in the form of parents who don't want him to become Krishna conscious, who are themselves ignorant, or the society, and the baby is brought up completely forgetting Krishna. Avidyara bhore, lives in the life of darkness. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Tomare loite ami hoinu avatara ami vina bandhu ara ke ache tumara. So basically this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, O Jeev Jago, Jeev Jago, I have taken avatara to reclaim you. Hoinu avatara, tomare loite. Ami vina bandhu ara ke ache tomara. There is no other friend than me that you can find. So if you are my friend, so what have you brought for me? Enechi aushadhi maya nashibaro lagi harinama maha mantra lavo tumi magi. So I have brought this aushadhi, the medicine for you, for which will destroy your ignorance. Nashibaro lagi. What is that? Harinama maha mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is what I brought. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Bhakati Vinoda Prabhu Charane podiya, say Hari Nama mantra, loilo magiya. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, humbly, I have fallen at the feet of Mahaprabhu, Lord Gauranga, who has brought this holy name with him in his avatara. And I begged for the holy name and I received the holy name and I am now chanting the holy name. That means he is requesting everyone to do the same. Don't sleep in ignorance. Don't consider spiritual activities as troublesome, or sometimes they say, oh, they are crazy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he told Ramananda Rai, when he actually showed the form of Radha Krishna, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Radha Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna nahe anya. So he actually shows the body, the combined form of Radha Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the form of Radha Krishna combined. He gives that audience to Ramananda Rai, and he reveals all these confidential things to Ramananda Rai, and he tells, keep all these talks a secret. Please do not expose them anywhere and everywhere, because he says, my activities appear to be like those of a madman. People may take them lightly and laugh. So Prabhupada there mentions that these conversations of the highest spiritual order of between Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they appear ludicrous to a common man who is not a devotee. Because the entire world is filled with material conceptions and people are unable to understand these conversations due to the conditioning of mundane philosophy. So, one who is overly attached to mundane activities cannot understand these ecstatic conversations of Krishna consciousness. So, only those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness he can understand. So, that is why people live in this darkness. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam. So, people consider these activities like we sing and dance. People come and look at us with wonder. What are these people? How these people are dancing? They cannot appreciate, they cannot understand. Oh, I cannot do that. Oh, I don't want to pursue this path. So, like that, people they continue to live without tasting the ecstasy of Krishna consciousness. They live in the darkness. But Bhagavad Gita is saying, don't live in darkness. The Vedas are saying, don't live in darkness. Asatoma, Sadgama, Tamasima, Jyotirgama. I'll stop here. Anyone has any questions or comments, feel free to unmute yourself. Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.